In a quaint English cafe nestled amidst the bustling streets of London, I sit alone, sipping my coffee and gazing out of the window. The midday sun casts a warm glow over the park, illuminating the carefree children at play and the couple walking their dog, blissfully unaware of the weight of centuries that press down upon my soul. It's a scene I've witnessed countless times over the centuries. A fleeting moment of normality in an existence that has long since lost its meaning. Suddenly, a flicker of movement catches my eye. A small bird, fragile, darts in the path of an oncoming bus. Time seems to slow as the inevitable unfolds, the couple turning, their faces etched in horror, just as a sickening thud and a screech of tyres fill the air. A small boy, innocent, full of life, lies motionless on the road. His fate now hanging in the balance. Screams of panic and anguish pierce the tranquil atmosphere, but I remain unmoved, a silent observer amidst the chaos. It's not that I don't care, I've just seen too much, I've felt too deeply to be shaken by the fragility of mortal existence. The weight of countless tragedies, of lives cut short and dreams unfulfilled, has long since numbed me to the pain of others. You see, I'm an anomaly, a glitch in the fabric of time itself. While some are born with genetic defects that cause them to age rapidly, I have been cursed with the opposite affliction. Since my birth of 1712, I have remained unchanged, a constant in an ever-shifting world, forced to watch those I love wither and die while I remain a prisoner of my own immortality. At first, I revelled in my immortality, embracing the opportunity to witness the fall and rise of empires, the birth of new ideas, the evolution of human society. But as the decades turned into centuries, the weight of my existence just began to bear down on me, a burden too heavy for any one soul to carry. The loneliness, the isolation, the knowledge that I would always be an outsider, watching from the fringes of life, never truly belonging. I've seen the same mistakes repeated, the same wars fought, the same triumphs and tragedies played out on an endless loop. Each time I tried to effect change, to use my knowledge and experience to guide humanity towards a better path, I was met with failure and despair. The realization that I was powerless, that the cycles of history were too deeply ingrained to be altered by one man, no matter how long he lived. Through it all, I've come to understand the true nature of the universe, the cruel irony that underlies our existence, that death is not a curse but a gift, a release from the unrelenting march of time, a release from the knowledge that we are all just repeating the same patterns, trapped in a cosmic dance that has no beginning and no end. I've sought solace in philosophy and great minds of history, searching for answers to questions that have haunted me for centuries. And I've come to see the universe not as a random collection of atoms and molecules, but as a vast, interconnected web of consciousness where the same patterns and archetypes manifest themselves again and again, bursts of consciousness kicking, starting, firing, and then nothing. A cruel joke, played on us by a universe that cares nothing for our struggles or our pain. I've met my father 15 times over the course of my existence, each incarnation a reflection of the same core essence, but shaped by the unique circumstances of their time and place. Each time he has sought to end my life, driven by a primal fear of that which he cannot understand, while my mother has tried to seduce me, her own flesh and blood, in a twisted mockery of love that has left me hollow and broken. But I hold no grudges against my father, for I know that he is just a pawn in a grand cosmic game, a slave to the forces that govern our reality, just as I am a prisoner of my own immortality. He is bound by the limitations of his mortal existence, and doomed doomed to repeat the same patterns and mistakes until he learns the lessons that the universe has in store for him. Lessons that I have learned 1,000 times over, but that seem to elude the rest of humanity, caught up in their petty struggles and fleeting desires. As I sit here, watching this tragedy unfold before me, I feel a sense of detachment, profound understanding of the cyclical nature of existence. The boy's life may hang in the balance, but in the grand scheme of things, his fate is but a ripple in the vast ocean of time. A single thread in the tapestry of the universe, no more or less significant than any other. I've searched for others like me, for some sign that I'm not alone in my cursed existence. But though I've seen glimpses of understanding, fleeting moments of recognition in the eyes of great thinkers and visionaries of history, I've never found another who truly shares my burden. The weight of eternity is a heavy one to bear, and I fear that it is a fate reserved for me alone. And so I find myself here in this cafe, watching the world go by, a passive observer of the human condition. Everything has a purpose, I'm sure of that. But what purpose could there be in a life such as mine? I have no need for money, for trappings of wealth and power that so consume the lives of mortal men. I've tried love. It is a fleeting thing, a candle that burns too brightly, too quickly, leaving only ashes in its wake. And though I have tried to make a difference, to use my knowledge and my resources to help those less fortunate than myself, it seems that even this is denied me. The universe has a cruel sense of humour. It seems that I am the punchline to a joke that only it understands. I used to joke with my second wife that I was trapped in a simulation, a plaything of some higher power that pulled the strings of our reality, but she didn't understand. Couldn't grasp the enormity of the revelation. How could she, when her life was but a blink of an eye compared to mine? The truth is, I am trapped, but not in a simulation. I am trapped in a cycle of endless repetition, doomed to watch the same stories play out over and over again, with only the names and faces changing. And yet, even in my despair, there are moments that surprise me. Moments that remind me of the inherent unpredictability of the human spirit, the capacity for hope and resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. Moments like this one, as a boy stirs and opens his eyes, his mother rushing to his side with tears of joy and relief. Look at that. He's fine. Well everyone, thank you for watching the video. You managed to make it until the end. It's a bit of an interesting one. I've always wondered what it would be like to live forever, but not in the sense that you usually see in classical literature. Yeah, it would be a hard life, I think, living forever. Anyway, guys, what do you think? I'd still do it, by the way. What do you, let me know in the comments and stuff whether you agree with that question. Alright, see you later. Bye-bye.